Hello all and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing really great. So in this particular video, we are going to study a multi-agent framework AutoGen, and particularly we are going to see how a agent selection works in multi-agent framework of AutoGen. Selecting an agent is always challenging task in multi-agent framework. Though it be AutoGen or any other multi-agent framework, it's very critical to identify what are the next agent that we need to call in order to accomplish a task, and that is what we are exactly going to see how exactly this agent selection works into the depth. End to end we are going to study in the AutoGen. So before jumping to that, let's understand one conversation pattern called as group chat, and then we'll see how exactly the agent selection works in group chat. So I have already covered group chat functionality in one of the video. The link is available in the description below. Go ahead and check out that. Now in group chat, what happens is there is a chat manager available, and this particular chat manager can talk to multiple different agents. Let's say agent A, B, and agent C. So this can talk to either agent A, it can talk to B, or it can talk to agent C. But whenever this particular conversation is happening, how exactly this manager can select which agents to call next? So agent A is responsible to perform task 1, agent B is responsible for task 2, and agent 3 is for task 3. Agent C is for task 3. Now sometimes this sequence of tasks that we have defined is of very high importance, because we don't want let's say whatever complex task we have, in order to accomplish this particular complex task, what we need to do is we need to perform this task in sequence. And if you are following this particular sequence of completing task 1 first, then task 2, and then task 3, then only you will get a accurate results. If you miss the sequence, then the agent sequence, if you are missing agent sequence, then it is of no use and you will not be able to accomplish the desired results. In some cases, this sequence doesn't matter, and in those cases you no need to worry about the sequence. And that is what the importance of chat manager to decide which agents to call based on the task, based on the complex task that we have given, so that it can break down and call the right agents on right time. So let's understand how exactly chat manager handles this. So in order to handle this, we have a functionality available in AutoGen, and there are 3 methods to select the agent. There are 3 agent selection method. First one we have is round robin. What exactly round robin is? Round robin is nothing but the way you are defining the agents whenever passing to the group chat. So let's say this is group chat manager, you have defined agent A, B, C. So this round robin will follow that particular sequence. No matter whatever is your user message, it will call agent A first, then it will call B, and then it will call agent C. So this is nothing but the sequential agent selection. The second method that we have is the random method. Now in random method, the chat manager is responsible to call these agents randomly. Now chat manager randomly can decide. It may call agent B first, then it may call agent A, and then agent C, or anything it can call. Now you may be thinking, what's the importance of random? So for round robin, we know that okay, whenever there is a sequence, sequence matters, we can go ahead with round robin. For example, let's say you have a research analyst agent. So let's say your task is to first do the research, then do the analysis, and then let's say plot the results. So in that case, obviously first you need to call research agent, then analysis agent, and then the plotter agent. So that in that case you can use round robin. Let's assume that for random you want to do any brainstorm related task. For example, let's say you want to write a essay. So for writing an essay, let's say it is mandatory for you to cover these things. Let's say you need to write joke into that, you need to write poem into the essay, and also you need to write a information. information of topic. These are the mandatory things. Now, it doesn't matter in which sequence you generate a joke, poem, and information of the topic. So in that cases, you can use random method. So random method will generate one joke, write one poem, and write a information. So once all these three information is available, then your group chat manager will consolidate the information and generate the final essay. So that's how the final task will be accomplished. There is third method that is also available, and which we call it as auto method. Now in the auto method, the chat manager is responsible to call the respective agents automatically. Now this has a LLM capability, and because of this LLM capability, the chat manager agent is smarter enough to take the decisions which particular agents to call. And for this one, it requires a description for each agent. So description of each agent is very, very important so that your chat manager get to know that which agents to call. So in this particular example, you need to maintain a description of this particular agent. You need to write description for B and C agent, and this chat manager will read the description of A, B, and C, and accordingly, it will decide what sequence to call. So this is very intelligent way of handling the agent selections, because in that case, you no need to worry about the sequence of agents that we need to call, and also it will be dynamically handled. Even though if your use case is changing, then also this auto method will be able to accommodate that change and will be able to generate the response for you. So I hope the agent selection method is clear to you. So let's see these methods one by one in the practical session. So before that, I have prepared the workflow in order to try it out these agent selection methods in practical. So for Robin round structured workflow, we are going to use this particular example where we will have one user agent. This user agent will pass a message to the group chat manager. So the conversation will happen between these two, and this particular group chat manager then will call first a shape bot, then it will call nutrition bot, and third it will call a budget bot. So let's say this user will pass in the message the ingredients, and the ingredients, let's say like rice, let's say tomato, etc. details it will pass. Based on those details, a shape bot will identify what are the good meals that we can prepare out of those ingredients that are available. That information will be fed to the group chat manager. So the group chat manager will pass the information to the nutrition bot, and the nutrition bot will find out the nutrition available in that particular meal, and then the ingredient information along with the meal information will be passed to the budget bot in order to find out the cost of that particular meal or affordability of that particular meal. So that's how, by passing the ingredient information, the round robin method will select the appropriate agents in sequence, and accordingly it will perform the task. So let's see this particular thing in practical. So let's jump straight to the VS Code. Okay, so let's start the coding activity. So we will be using Azure OpenAI model. So we have already deployed this GPT-4 model, and this is the Azure OpenAI deployment. And from there, we will be using OpenAPI key and OpenAPI base URL model. So if you want to go ahead and check how exactly this particular LLM configuration is created, then I would recommend go ahead and watch out the first video of the playlist that is available in the description below. So check out that video where I have covered end-to-end process of deploying the Azure OpenAI GPT-4 model and then grabbing these details and adding it into the code. So you can go ahead and check out that. Now what we can do is, let me create a new folder. So I'm creating agent selection method as a folder, and inside that, let me create a file. So I'm creating a Jupyter notebook so that it will be easy for us to write the code and test it right away. So let's go ahead and import the required dependencies. So in the dependencies, what we have is, we need the AutoGen. From AutoGen, we are importing group chat manager, assistant, and user proxy that is required for us to define the agents. Then we are adding a system path we are setting path 2 step back because our LLM configuration, if you see, it is available at the root level, and then our agent selection is available inside the folder. So we are going 1 step back, and then from there we are grabbing the LLM configuration. So that's why it is required. So let me execute that. Okay, it is asking to select the kernel. So let's select the kernel. So basically we have used a virtual environment 3.11. So you can see this is the VNV detail that is available, and all these details I have already covered in the first video of this particular playlist. So go ahead and check out that. Now you can see that we have imported the dependencies as well as we have imported the LLM configuration. So this LLM configuration is nothing but it will give the LLM compute power for our agents. So we will be using it while defining the agents. So for the first agent, as discussed, we will be building user agent, group chat manager, and then the 3 agent, shape bot, the nutrition bot, and the budget bot. So let's go ahead and write down that particular code. So first of all, let me define the shape bot. So okay, so you can see now for shape bot, what we need is the assistant agent. We are calling the assistant because these 3 bots that we have defined here, shape, nutrition, and budget, these are the assistant agents of this manager. That's where we are calling the functionality of assistant agent. So assistant agent is a class available in the AutoGen, and we are calling that particular class. And the format of defining agent is we need to define the name. So shapebot is the name. We need to pass a system message, and in this case system message is very simple: suggest recipes based on the ingredients. So this will identify the meals that we can prepare based on the ingredients, and then LLM configuration. This will give the compute power to this particular shape assistant bot. Let's add another nutrition and budget agent in the similar fashion. So you can see we have added nutrition bot. We have given name, and its system messages check if the recipe is healthy or not. And for budget bot, we are checking, we are finding out the estimated cost and affordability of that particular meal. So let's execute this. You shouldn't be facing any issue. Okay, so it is successful. Now it's time to define a user agent. So for defining a user agent, let me show you. We don't need a LLM information because user is, we are going to pass message to the group chat manager. So for that we don't need a LLM configurations because we are just going to manually pass that particular message. So you can see for that we have user proxy agent class available, and this makes sure that it is taking the input from user. So name is user and human input mode is not required. So we have defined user agent. So you can see we have defined 4 agent, and now we will have a group chat manager which will manage the work. So let's register these fellow agents to the group chat manager. So for that what we need is we need to define this particular group chat. So let's see, we are calling a group chat class from AutoGen. So this is the group chat, and it accepts the agent in the form of list. So you can see agents, and we have given the list of agents: user, chef, nutrition, budget, and then messages we no need to pass. We will just collect all the messages generated by these agents into this particular messages, and max round we have given 6. This is the termination method. Currently we are keeping it 6 in order to have the multiple communication between the agents. You can change this method as per your request. Along with that, we need to pass the method that we are going to use for agent selection. So that we can pass by this way. For group chat variable that we have created, will dot agent selection method, and we are passing round robin as a first method. So with this we'll be able to set the method. So agent selection method we have selected, and now it's time to define the chat manager. So let me show you. So in the chat manager we are using the functionality of group chat manager, and then we are passing group chat is nothing but this group chat variable that we have created. So this is just the here we are defining the actual chat manager agent, and for that we are passing this group chat as a functionality. And now only thing that is left is we need to pass the user message, or we need to start the conversation. So let's execute this particular thing, and in order to start the chat we will use initiate chat method, and that too from user. Now you can see user is communicating or starting the chat with chat manager. Now this chat manager has a group chat functionality, and for that group chat functionality it is using this group chat class from AutoGen, where we have defined all the agents. See, now and we are passing message. So messages, I have rice, tomato and cheese. What can I cook? So it has given the ingredient, and these ingredients user is providing, right? And for chat manager, again, we will need a LLM configurations so that it can handle the communications between different agents. See, for selecting the agent, now LLM capability is not required because we have given round robin as a method. But in order to collect the information given by chef agent, pass it to the nutrition agent, summarize that, we will need a LLM configuration for group chat manager. This will give the decision making. So we have completely built this particular way. User we have defined, group chat manager we have defined, and the fellow agents we have defined. So let's go ahead and execute, and we are starting the chat. Now let's observe how exactly the chat will go on. Okay, you can see the conversation has started. First, user to chat manager, we have given this particular message. I have rice, tomato and cheese. What can I cook? Then the group chat manager now has started a next speaker as chef bot. So what chef bot is calling? So you can see in the round robin method, first it is selecting the first agent that we have defined, and that is the chef. So for this chef, what it is doing, this chef is generating the recipes. What are the meals that we can prepare with the help of ingredient that we have passed? So these are the ingredients, and you can see it has given the instructions in order to prepare that particular meal. Now the task of this particular chef agent is done. It has given all the instructions at what degree Celsius to cook the food, and what the time required to cook the food. All the information it has given. And now you can see the next speaker, the chat manager is calling nutrition bot. That is the second agent that we have defined. So you can see after chef bot, it is calling nutrition bot. And in the nutrition bot, what it is doing, it is generating the nutritions. It is finding out the nutritions in each meal. So you can see it has find out the nutrition as whole grains, vegetable serving, dairy, protein, sodium, and it has generated the summary. Okay, so you can see after nutrition bot, it is calling a budget bot. So that is our third bot that we have defined, and this budget bot is finding out the cost information of each meal. So for rice, it is calculating the cost around $2 to $4 for tomato, and for cheese. So that's how it has identified the affordability of that particular meal. And then it is calling next speaker as user, because we have given maximum round at 6. So it will continue 6 and then it will terminate. So you can see maximum round 6 reach, and that's where it is terminating the run. So that's where I mentioned instead of max round, you can use another termination method. You can request the last agent to pass termination message, and you can handle the termination automatically. And this is the final chat results. So with this, you can see how round robin method exactly used. It selects the agents the way we have given the sequence. So there are multiple use cases where you can use this particular round robin method, and it is actually important in most of the cases. Let's say if you want a structured output, if you want the task to be accomplished in a structured way, then definitely you can go ahead with the round robin method. You don't want any surprises in between. For example, if you are working in banking related stuff where everything should be in the process, so in those cases you can go ahead and use the round robin method. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with our second method. So second method is random. So here you can see I have created a example for random. So in the random creative brainstorming, user will pass a message. So this user message will go to the group chat manager, and that group chat manager will handle the communication with these fellow agents. So let's say if you are passing any creative topic, so based on that topic, what will happen? First, sci-fi bot will generate a or it will add a sci-fi twist. It will add the sci-fi twist to that particular topic. Then comedy bot will write a comedy. It will write a comedy or funny moments. And then we will have a drama bot in order to add a emotional or dramatic scenes to the topic. So you can see now here it doesn't matter whether you are calling sci-fi bot earlier or comedy bot or drama bot. That's where we are using random method, and we are letting the group chat manager to decide which bot to call. Now randomly it can call in sequence, or it can call without sequence as well. So let's understand this particular example in the session. So similar to the last one, what we can do is we can write the code. So okay, you can see we are defining user. So as we have already defined the user, so we no need to define, but yeah, I'm writing that user again. So this is the first agent that we have written. Then first one is our sci-fi agent. We are defining a sci-fi bot as a name, and system message add a sci-fi twist. So whatever topic that human will pass or user will pass, it will add a sci-fi twist to that. And then we are similar to our existing, similar to our older way, we are passing the LLM configuration. Second one, we are building comedy agent and we are asking to add humor and funny moments. And third one, drama bot, we are asking add a dramatic and emotional scenes. And then we are using a group chat in order to define the list of agents. So in the list of agents, we are defining user, sci-fi, comedy, drama, messages in order to collect the messages generated or responses generated by these agents. Max round, again, we are setting 6. And then we are setting a agent selection method random. Last time we mentioned round robin. Now we are passing random as a method. And then we are defining a group chat manager. So for group chat manager, we are giving group chat functionality that we have built. Then we are passing LLM configuration and human input mode we are setting to never. Now, and we can start a communication with user and chat manager. And the message we are passing is let's create a story set on Mars. So let's execute that and we'll analyze now. This is going to generate a story to set on Mars, like when humans are planning to go on the Mars and all those details it will generate. It will add some funny moments, comedy moments as well to that particular story. Okay, you can see it has started the conversation. So first user has given the message. First speaker, it has selected sci-fi bot. That's fine. It has given year 2145. Humanity has successfully colonized Mars and established several thriving cities. So meaning by 2145, human will start building the cities and start making progress on Mars. So basically it will reach to the Mars and will start to establish the human needs. So it has generated one story. Now it is next calling comedy bot. You can see it is calling in sequence because it depends now on the group chat manager. It can randomly call anything or it may call in sequence. So the next one is it is writing a comedy content to the existing story. Then and at the last it is calling drama bot. So a drama bot is going to add some entertainment content to the existing story. So that's how it will, this conversation will pass through each agent and then at the end it will end the conversation. So again it is calling to the user agent because we have given max round at 6, and you can see once the max round has reached, it is terminating the conversation. So and this is the final result that it has generated. So it has generated the story, it has added comedy part to that, and also it has added a entertainment stuff. And this is how we have tested the random method. It can be randomly selected, so it may be in sequence or may not be in sequence. Okay, so let's understand the third and last method, automatic method. So in the automatic method, we are going to study this particular example, expert driven responses. Now again in this one, user is going to pass a message to the group chat manager. Now group chat manager, you already know that it has a LLM capability. So with the help of this LLM capability, it will choose the required agents wisely. So this will wisely choose the agent. Now this is more helpful whenever you no need to worry about the questions that user will be asking, and there is no sequential pattern available in your conversation. You are not confident about which agents to call. In that case, you can leave that up to the group chat manager with LLM capability, so that based on the user questions, it will either select these particular agents like in sequence 1, 2, 3, or it may not select the agent in sequence. It may select something like that 1, 2, 3. It depends on the need. So whatever is the exact need, it will select the agent. And this method is very, very powerful. If you are not sure, first get started with the automatic method. Let's see this in the practical implementation. Okay, so let's get started with the automatic method of agent selection. So again, in the automatic method, we can define a user agent. So similar to the previous methods, we have defined the user agent. Then In this example, we will be adding Wi-Fi agent, battery agent, and a screen agent. So these three agents are the three experts in that particular area, and user will be asking our user will be putting a error or the issue that user is facing, and accordingly the agent will communicate with each other and come up with a solution. So for Wi-Fi expert, we have given a system message as fixed Wi-Fi connectivity issue. Battery agent is to help with charging and battery issues, and screen expert is to diagnose the screen or display related problem. Those three agents we have defined. Then group chat we have defined, and here we have given the agents in the list. And similarly, we have given max round at 6. And here we are setting the agent selection method to auto. And then at the last, we are defining a group chat manager. And for group chat manager, similar to the existing one, we have defined all the functionality, like we have given group chat, LLM configuration, and we have set human input mode to never. And at the end, we are starting the conversation. So we are passing a message. My laptop shuts down even though the battery shows 30% left. So this problem is with respect to the battery expert. So it should call battery expert, and then it should end the communication, because that's the benefit of auto. It does not go ahead and unnecessarily keep asking questions to multiple agents. If the resolution is done, it will call the right agent. If other agents are not required, it will terminate the conversation. So let me show you. So let's execute the code. Okay, you can see user has given the message. It has called the battery expert. Now you can see in the selection method, we have not given battery expert as a first, but still it has called battery because we have given LLM functionality. And based on that now, how exactly it is going to know that we're trying to call battery agent or not? So it will base the name of the agent. It will depend on the system message that you are giving, or apart from that, you can set descriptions to the agent as well. So based on those methods, the LLM or chat group manager is smart enough to read the description and identify which agents to call. So you can see it has started the conversation with battery expert agent, and then in the battery expert agent, it has given several ways to fix that, like change power setting, physical battery inspection. It has given the ways to fix the issue. And then you can see it is calling to user because we have given max round at 6. Okay, so that's how the agent selection method works in AutoGen. I hope it was a great learning for you. I hope you enjoy this particular video. So I would highly recommend go ahead and like this particular video, share it with your friends. And if you really want to, and if you have missed the previous videos, I would highly recommend go ahead and check out the playlist. The link is available in the description below. Yeah, that's it. And thanks for watching this particular video.